I'm here today to show you how to make a blog post. Um, the first thing you're going to want to do is to log into your website. Now to do that, you're going to go to, your website address.com, whatever that is. You're going to type wp-admin. That will redirect you to your login screen. We're going to enter our username, enter our password, and click login. You will land on your dashboard. That's always going to be the first place that you come to. But we want to navigate over to our posts section, so we're going to find it here in our menu and click posts. Now this post will list all the posts that we have made. It's going to show ones that are published, like this one, ones that are draft, like this one, meaning I have not finished it. I'm going to come back to it later, work on it, and then publish it. But what we want to do right now is learn how to add a new post. So we're going to click Add New. The first thing you're going to want to do is give your post a title. So I'm going to title this Website Design. Website Design. Now I click elsewhere and you'll see what pops up here. We have what is called the permalink. This is a direct link right here to this post. Now there's an edit button here, meaning you can change the direct link to your post. This piece that's in yellow can be changed. This is helpful when you're trying to develop SEO for your website. So I may want my post title to be short. I may just want my post title to say website design. But I may want to add in here Winston-Salem, Greensboro, North Carolina. Click OK. So now that is going to help with search engine optimization. Now, of course, what the words you use in here are going to depend greatly on, what you're trying to do, what keyword you're using, and all that stuff. After you've chosen your post, adjusted your permalink, which is optional, we're now going to want to add our body content. I'm going to copy some random content from over here in a tab. I'm going to select my text, right click to copy, and then I'm going to right click to paste. Now you'll notice here this text is bold, and I don't really want that bold. And if you're copying, depending on where you're copying from, a Word document or whatever, you may notice that there's a lot of formatting that you don't really want. Text is in italics or in bold or different font sizes. So we're going to highlight everything and choose clear formatting. So that will remove all the formatting from other documents and other places, so we can start essentially with a clean slate. And that is a very, very useful tool. Again, it's clear formatting right here. If you mouse over any of these icons, you can see they tell you what they do. You won't need to use all of these, but it is useful to be able to mouse over and see what they do. So we've added our text. Now you might want to add some pictures to your blog. In fact, more than likely you will. So we're going to click Add Media. And you'll see here there's a couple of items in the media library. I could pick any one of these, but I don't want to. I want to load a new one. So I'm going to click Upload Files and select Files. So I'm just going to pull a random image from my desktop. I'm going to click Open. And now you'll see I have two selected because I previously clicked on this one. Well, I don't want to put that in my post right now. So if I mouse up here, I can deselect it. So this is the one that I want to insert into my post. Now over here on the right, we have some settings. We can add a caption if we wanted to. Most people don't, but you could put a caption to your picture. Alignment settings. You can set the picture to be on the left, center, right, or to not be on either side, but just where the text starts beneath your picture. It's most common to do left or right. I'm going to do right. Link to, typically we do none. This just means that if someone comes to your blog and they click on your picture, if you're linking to the media file, it means that it's going to open, a lot of times it will open the picture in a new tab, and then that just gets confusing, and we just don't like to do that, so we just choose none. For the size, we can do thumbnail or full size for this one. Now, if the picture was bigger, there would also be an option to do medium, but we'll just do full size and we'll insert into post. You can see the picture has been placed here with the text wrapping around the left. So that's looking pretty good so far. Now, what you'll want to consider next is to give this some formatting. You know, we want to style it. We don't want to just leave a huge paragraph of information for people to read through. So I'm going to put a line break here. Just use the return or enter key. I'm going to select this first paragraph or first bit of information. From this drop-down menu, I'm going to choose heading 2. These headings basically are different sizes for font. Heading 1 is always going to be the biggest. Heading 6 will always be the smallest. I can't give you specific sizing in terms of pixels or points because it's going to depend on how your site was designed. So, but just know that heading 1 is always the biggest. Heading 6 is smallest. Now, paragraph is basically your paragraph text, what most of your text will be. Pre, you don't have to worry about that. So we've added a little bit of a heading here. Now let's say we can add another paragraph. Now let's say we wanted to add some bullet points. Well, I'll just make a few quick paragraphs here. Now I'm going to select these paragraphs I've made, and I'm going to come up here and choose bulleted list. I have some bullets. Now I might choose to do a numbered list, but I'll just leave it as a bulleted list. Now you can bold pieces of information. You can make them italicized. You can change the color. You can align your text to the right or the center or the left. So there's a lot that you can do up here. One tool that's probably helpful is knowing how to make links. So I'm going to select my text that I want to link to another site or another page. I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to click here on this little paperclip icon, and we'll type in the web address. For right now, I'm just going to do google.com. If you're linking to an external website, you're going to want to choose Open in a new window or tab. If you're linking within your own site, then you don't need to. Add link. So this has been linked. Now, if we didn't want it linked, we would just click right here to remove the link. But I'm going to leave it because we want to link that right now. So now you can see we have nicely formatted text. We've got a picture added. Now you can add more than one picture and you can put them in all kinds of places. You know, we've changed some color of our font, different things like that. Now, the next step is a few more things before publishing. Format you can ignore pretty much. This is used occasionally depending on how a site has been designed, but most of the time you can just leave your format as standard. Now, if it's different and we've designed your website for you and we're helping you to set up a blog, then we'll let you know if you need to do that differently. Categories. You can see there's a few in here. Quick note is that uncategorized here is going to be your default categories. So let's say I publish this post and I did not specify a category, it will go in uncategorized. So it's important to choose a category so that it doesn't look funny on the front end when everything is uncategorized. You can think of categories um, like the table of contents for a book, while the tags over here are a little more specific, like the index of a book. So for categories, I'm actually gonna add a new one just to show you how that's done. And I'm gonna put design for the category, and I'm gonna hit the enter or return key, and you can see it gets checked. So I'm placing this post in the category for design. Now I could place it in all of these if I want to, but that doesn't really make sense. Um, but you know, if it made sense for you to put in multiple places, you certainly can, and a lot of people do. Just depends on what the post is about, you know, all that stuff. So tags, now tags, I'm going to get a little more specific. I'm going to do website, websites, um, brochures. It's related to design, but now we're getting more specific. Design, oh gosh, there's lots of things for design. Websites, brochures, logos, and we're going to click add. So now I have my tags for websites, brochures, logos, more specific with the general category of design. Now under here you'll see there's featured image. Almost every blog requires a featured image. And when I say requires, can you publish without one? Yes. Will your blog look good without one? Probably not. Most blogs are designed to use an image as part of the layout or the overall look and feel of your website. So you're going to want to load a featured image. So I'm going to click Set Featured Image, and I can choose something from my media library, assuming it's already in here, but we'll just assume it's not because most likely it won't be. So we'll select a file here. Let's assume this is my picture. I'm going to click Open. It'll load it up, and I'm going to click Set Featured Image. Now, a quick note is that you will want to make sure that this image is a smaller, lower sized image, so that when people go to view your post, it's not going to be taking them forever for the image to load. If you take an image straight from your camera and put it in here, most likely it's going to be very, very big, and it will take a very long time to load the image. So you don't want to do that. There's a tool we've discussed on our blog before about a resource for resizing. It's called Pick Resize, and you can use that to upload and resize your pictures so that they're smaller for adding to your blog, because also the image you put in here, you don't want to be loading it large. You know, I think, you know, pictures that come off your phone can be, you know, thousands of pixels by thousands of pixels, and you know, typically for the web, I mean, 800 to 1,000 is about where you want to be, and then your dots per inch and all that stuff you want lower. So don't load big images. It's not good for your blog. Now, as far as the specific size for your featured image, it really depends on how your blog is designed. If we've designed your blog for you, we will provide this information to you so you know exactly what size to use. A lot of blogs, you can kind of load any size and it'll just crop and adjust it to fit. So I can't get too specific on that. The last little bit here is, you see this box, WordPress SEO by Yoast. If we have designed your site for you, you will have a box like this. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because a whole nother video could be created for how to use this. But essentially what this does is you can create a focus keyword for this page like I could type design in here if this post is all about design, and it's going to look for it in the heading and the title and the URL and all those different things. And the more places it finds it, the better. You know, what's green is good, what's red is bad. We can change our title, title that Google sees, and we could change our description so that you know you're just creating a prettier, nicer looking bit of information that goes out to Google for them to see, to view, as well as specifying, you know, what this post is actually about. In this case, I'm assuming we're going to say it's about design. So our keyword is on design. There's a page analysis tool now. It's telling me there's no keyword because I have not published my post. So I'm going to come up here to the top and I'm going to click publish. It'll refresh. My post is published. And if I click the page analysis, you can see now it's telling me things that I need to do better, that you know, things in red that are bad, things in green that are good, etc. Again, I'm not going into a lot of detail. So that's what that is all about. You do not have to use this for every post. You could leave it blank and not fill out any of these things and you would be completely fine. It's just one of those things that helps with search engine optimization if that's something that you're really trying to do. And I guess we can go over here to view our post. I'm going to right click and open in a new tab. And you can see here's my featured image at the top, and no, here's the text that I formatted with the picture over here on the right. Here's the category, design, and here's my tags, brochures, logos, websites. So if I click these, I can see all the posts that I've written about logos or brochures or websites. Or if I just wanted to view everything about design, I could go to the design category. If I click this link, it opens out, takes me to the Google tab. So that is how to make a post. Now, let's say you want to view all the posts you've made. We can click over here on all posts and you can view them all. If you mouse over the title, it gives you the option to edit. You can quick edit, meaning you can change the title here and then change the categories quickly, click update. Like quick edit, I could now change the status to published and click update. Now it's published. So there's a few things you can do here. You can also trash things. You can view what's in your trash, all that stuff. You can also view all your categories at once from this categories list. And you could add new ones. So adding new one, I'm going to click enter to add the category, but you could also click add new here as well. And it'll tell you the count here, how many posts are in each category. That could be useful information. Tags, you also have a section there, like the categories where you have lists of tags, and then it tells you, you know, how many posts are assigned to each tag. So that is essentially, you know, how to make a post, how to, so you can start developing your website, establishing some good search engine, establishing your site for search engines. And I hope that this video has been helpful, and perhaps maybe sometime there'll be more videos to come so that you can succeed with your website. And yeah, thanks for listening.